Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of the Together We Grow podcast. My name is Paul.
And I'm Tamer.
And this is the Home Fragrance Academy. This is where we teach home fragrance business owners how to start, grow, scale, and eventually sell their business if that's what they want to do. It's exactly what we did with our 3 home fragrance businesses here in the UK. And we're here to teach you lovely lot exactly how to do that as well. We love doing it, don't we?
We certainly do. We love helping everybody, and this is where we share our experiences.
This episode, we're going to talk about live shops and why you should really host them, why they're important, what benefits they have to you, and exactly how to do them as well, how to host them and how to get people to view them and actually make those purchases that you desperately need. So that's going to be quite a jam-packed full episode.
I think that certainly is. We've got lots to say about this subject, haven't we?
And we're looking forward to getting stuck into it. Shall we do that right now?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay, episode 18. Right, so we're talking about live shops today.
Yes,
So
something we have lots of experience in.
It certainly is. We've done this with 2 of our brands, didn't we? We did live shops with Cozy Aromas and with Craft HQ. And at first, obviously, they were quite scary to do, weren't they?
Yeah.
Kind of out of the comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it?
It really was. But once we sort of got into the swing of it, sort of became second nature almost.
It's something that we why did we even start doing it? I think we saw it somewhere, didn't we? I can't remember where we saw
I
it.
think it was after TikTok had started and
Oh, yes.
the TikTok shops had started to sort of get some traction, and we thought, well, hang on, this sort of seems to be working. Let's sort of have a go and see if it'll work with our brand.
Yeah, exactly. And when we, like Tamer says, when we first started doing it, it was quite nervy. We didn't really know what we were doing, what we were going to talk about. But that first episode was okay. We learned a lot from it.
We did.
We learned a lot about being in an environment where it's not too echoey for starters, and not, just little things you pick up to make your life easier throughout, all that kind of stuff, which we can talk about. But the results were wonderful in terms of the revenue and everything else. So I guess what we really want to talk about first, the first point is why should you do it? And I think there's 2 main reasons to that, isn't there?
There certainly is. You will get an injection of cash, obviously, which every business wants and needs. But from another point of view, it's also building that connection and that loyalty with your customer base. And I think that's sometimes even more important than a quick injection of cash.
Yeah, for longevity it is, absolutely, isn't it? So that's exactly right. The first thing is, if you market these properly and if you do them in the right place, you will get a nice chunk of cash come in very quickly.
Yeah.
We used to do our live shops for 1.5 to 2 hours.
Yeah, that's average 2 hours.
And depending on what we're selling, we'd easily get 200 orders, make £5,000 upwards of sales.
That was the average on general.
Just for an 1.5 to 2 hours worth of hosting a live video.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you not do that? And then, more, like you say, more importantly, it is that connection with that customer, really getting to know them. It's having that one-to-one relationship with them, because then afterwards they're going to remember that engagement with you, and they're going to be even more loyal than what they were. And that's exactly what we found, wasn't it? It really builds that audience together.
That connectivity.
And when we're chatting to people in this live shop, obviously they're doing it via text, via a chat stream.
Yeah.
They end up chatting to each other as well via that as well, don't they?
You get some customers make some really great connections there as well, and they become friends, and it's just a really lovely environment to start, isn't it?
Yeah, we're obviously talking about home fragrance here, which is perfect for this. But any business where you have loyal repeat customers and you're building a community around that, which is what we highly recommend anyway. Yeah. This is perfect for you. You absolutely need to be hosting a live shop. People don't do it because they're very nervous for 2 reasons. They're nervous about talking to camera, and secondly, they're nervous about what to say and what to talk about and like how to actually host it. And that's the kind of things that we want to talk about now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we want to run through what did and what didn't work for us, and basically the steps on how to do it, really, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. So that tells you why you need to do it, because brand loyalty is fantastic, and you get quite a lot of orders in a short space of time. And your orders, you have to bear in mind, are you still make good profit on them, of course, but this is about volume
Yeah.
over high profit orders. Um, but we can talk about that as well. So I guess now we talk about where are we going to host this live shop? Because there's various different places to host, isn't there?
There are different places to host, and in our experience, our favourite place to host our live shops was our Facebook group. But we also did it on our Facebook page, on Instagram, and on TikTok as well.
So shall we break those down a bit?
Yeah,
So the first one, I think the most obvious one is TikTok
yeah.
Shop. We did it on there, didn't we?
We've done it on there multiple times across both different brands as well.
Well, in fact, I think we went through a phase of doing one every day or every other day.
Every couple of days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Craft HQ and for
Yeah.
Codes, didn't we, when we had. Because the thing, what we found with TikTok Shop is when you go live, it actually doesn't necessarily just push it to your own audience, it pushes it to lots of people that have never heard of you.
Yeah, it's a wider audience, so you've got a chance of finding more customers that way, of course.
Yeah, you have. And that works, it gets your audience up, it starts to build your followers and everything. It's because it's reaching people that have never heard of you before, it's harder to get sales.
Yeah.
However, TikTok makes it easier for them because they actually place the order through the shop, through the app, whilst they're watching
They
you.
don't have to go anywhere else to place an order.
Yeah, TikTok give your viewers, your customers incentives to buy, typically free delivery and whatever else.
Yeah.
But then from your point of view, from the host's point of view, from the business actually selling the products, we didn't really like it, did we? Because customers can very easily cancel their order.
Yeah, we did have a fair few of those, didn't we?
And also the delivery at the time, it might have changed now, is through Every, and they are not very reliable. I mean, they're good, of course they're good. They're all good, but if a parcel went missing, you wouldn't have a possibility to sort of send out a new one or anything like that. It's just a refund. You automatically get refunds to them. And we found there's a lot of scam in there as well.
We did. Yeah, we had a lot of that. We had a lot of trolls as well, which if you don't have somebody able to sit there and monitor the comments and remove these people as you go, that can become a bit of an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
On your threads
So
as well.
yeah, just going back to the money side of things, the scams. You'd find people place their order, and when it's dispatched, they'll cancel it straight away. They'll mark it as not received, all this kind of stuff when the tracking has clearly been received. But the problem is TikTok want people to be on these live shops to place orders, and
they always side with the customer.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as you rightly say, there's a lot of trolls on there, people leaving negative and hurtful comments, stuff like that. Really, it was just we just didn't really like it that much, do we? Oh, and also from
it takes to get the money.
From a financial point of view, it's from memory, it was 4 weeks after the person received their order is when you'd get paid.
Yeah, which is a very long time.
So that could be 5 weeks until you've received the money. So for that reason, we didn't really like TikTok very much, did we? So we skipped away from that.
We also found that while we were doing the TikTok shops, that there was loads of words that you couldn't use. So you couldn't say the word website because that would like trigger like a warning against you, wouldn't it? And then if you had so many warnings, they'd stop you doing loads as well.
Yeah, basically TikTok doesn't want you to send their viewers to an external link.
Yeah.
They want the viewers to stay there, so it will pick up on words like that and can potentially shut your shop down. And then we can move on to Instagram. I think we only did this a couple times. I don't think we liked that at all, did we?
No, we didn't. I think it might have been that we didn't really sort of put enough time into doing them on Instagram, which could very well be the issue. So we would go live on Instagram as well as the other channels at the same time, but we didn't really get hardly anybody watching on there. We didn't get much interaction on there at all either, did we? So
yeah,
it's probably slow.
That's probably because I think it depends on your actual preferred or your best social channel. If you've got a highly engaged Instagram profile,
you'll probably do really well.
Yeah, whereas our focus was on Facebook.
Yeah.
We had Instagram, we had a nice chunk of followers on there, but engagement, it wasn't something we really focused on, was it, too much, which is a regret of ours.
If we did focus properly and spend more time there and build up more of an engaged audience, we would have done well there as well.
And how would it work on Instagram?
It was exactly the same as when we did it with Facebook. We'd have to give them the link so that they could then follow the link to go to the website to place the order at the time when we were doing it.
So you'd go live on Instagram,
Yeah.
and you'd have a link in your bio
Yeah.
for people
For
to
people to then go
click on, and then you'd tell people on the live video to click on that link in bio,
Yeah.
place the order, and then come back to the video.
Yeah.
Facebook page, that was good. I like the
Mhm.
Facebook page. That's our second favorite, and that again is you're just hosting a live video
Yeah.
on your Facebook page, and in the caption of that video you've got your link to the product on your own website where people come and buy it, and then they go back to the video to watch it. That works really well because you're getting the money straight away. You're getting the order through your website, which means if it's a new customer, you're capturing that customer's details that you can market to again, as opposed to a TikTok where you can't do that. But again, this is more public facing, so anyone can find the video, anyone can watch it. Whoever's following your Facebook page will see it and will engage with it potentially. Could be quite harmful. But what we found was the ultimate best, absolute pinnacle of live shops was actually hosting it in your own Facebook group, wasn't it?
It was. So the reason we did it with our Facebook group is it kind of builds that exclusivity, doesn't it? So you don't have every single one of your customers in your Facebook group, but they are your loyal, hardcore customers typically, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're the people that you want to share exclusive things with. So that's where we also found would have the most engagement as well. That's our top audience. So that's why we decided to go with our Facebook group.
Yeah, that's it. And yes, that would be a smaller audience than probably any other channel that you've got. But that's okay because and it hasn't got to be many. Honestly, you could do it with 100 people. If you've got 100 people in your Facebook group, as long as they're engaged and as long as you're talking to them and they're not just random people, you can't just fill your Facebook group up with numbers, with just people, because that won't work. You have to be strict on who you let in. You have to engage with them. They have to be proper customers. But if you can do that, then honestly, this will just work so well for you. Because it did for us, didn't it? It really did.
It did. And like I said earlier, it wasn't just about getting the revenue in, it also built that connection with them. And afterwards, we'd find that people would be talking about the live shop as well. They'd be sharing the deliveries, they'd be talking about how much fun it was directly afterwards.
Yeah.
And it just built that engagement on top of everything else. It was really nice.
Yeah, it really did. It was really wonderful. And if you haven't got a Facebook group, then you need to start creating one. That's the first thing. You need to get that sorted out. But I will sort of stress that, this hosting it in your Facebook group relies on you having an engaged Facebook group already.
Yeah.
You don't have to have many members at all. It's more about the engagement and how often you talk to these people and how often they post and engage with you. Of course, that takes a lot of time, work, and effort to do, but
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, but if you want to have these successful things and you want to build this business where you're getting loyal repeat customers, then you have to do this. It's part of the job. So don't sort of stress about and worry about how long it takes and all of that. Just get to work and get it done. If you're building a business and you've got customers now, people will join your Facebook group.
Yeah.
And then you can host it. So yeah, host it in your Facebook group. And again, all you would do is as your brand, you would go live. So as your brand page, go live in the Facebook group, put the link in the description of that video. And that link is a product on your website. You don't want to send it to a collection page. You don't want people to have multiple products that they need to add to your basket. So what we would do for Cozy Aromas is we would have one product on our website, which is called Live Shop. And then within that, we would have different variants of things that they could pick. And they would pick the products, they'd pick the bundles or whatever it was that we were selling, which we'll talk about shortly. And it's just one product they have to add to their basket.
You don't want them to go through to a link and then have to click through, then backwards, then click, then back, to add things to the cart. You need to make it as simple as possible so they can place their order quickly and get back to engaging on your live video.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's how you do it. That's where you post it as well. So we've covered why you should do it and where you should do it. Facebook group all day, every day.
Yeah.
If you haven't got one, build one because you need to do that. You have to do that in this day and age.
Part of your retention strategy.
Yep. So point three now then is how do you actually get the most from it? How what do you sell? How do you build the hype? All of that kind of stuff, really. So shall we talk about what we would sell to
Yeah.
begin with, and what offers and things like that we would have?
Yeah, we would do a lot of work around bundles for our live shops. So people, we found in our experience, people love a mystery and they love the excitement. So they know they love your products, and if you're able to bundle them up into a special deal where they've got a good deal, but you still make some great profit on the product as well, because that's where your profit is in your products. You make a bundle up, and then they'll be able to place the order for this bundle, and then you'll be able to read out what they've got on the live to interact with them one to one that way. And we also loved having an exclusive product as well. So it could be a wax melt, it could be a candle, it could be anything like that, something, a small product that is exclusive and only available in that live shop. That's the only place they can get it, and you only do a small run of them.
Yeah, so um, that's it. Firstly, from a business point of view, you don't want to be selling stuff for three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, £10. Have one product, which is a mystery bundle for £20. £20 was our sweet spot, wasn't it? 20 to £25
Yeah.
was our sweet spot for a product. Don't have anything less than that, 20 to £25. And it's a mystery bundle. It's basically a mystery box. They don't know what they're going to get. However, in every mystery box, there is going to be this exclusive product that's only available in that live shop. For us, it would be a particular fragranced wax melt, and that could be related to whatever dates and things that are coming up. So at the moment, we've got coming up Mother's Day.
There's
So,
also, if you do charity events, there's also Red Nose Day coming up, Comic Relief.
yeah, you can do things for Comic Relief, which we used to do a lot, and Children Need, and
Yeah.
donate profits to that particular charity, which helps. But just think about what's coming up.
Spring.
We're now approaching spring, so come up with a spring wax melt that is unique, and you don't sell it anywhere else. You're not going to sell it anywhere else. But the label itself, you make sure it says obviously the fragrance name and everything, but make sure it says live shop and then the date you've had that live shop, because it's like a collectible, and your customers do want to collect your products.
Yeah.
But that's what you should do. So you have this bundle, and it's a mystery bundle. They don't know what they're going to get in there, but they have this exclusive product. People will buy that bundle because they want that product.
What you want to do is when you're actually advertising your product and you've got it on your website and everything, so you'll say it costs £20, but it's worth £35 or however much it's actually worth. Your customers need to see how much of a bargain they're going to get
Yes.
straight away, as easy as possible.
Yes, because as we said earlier on, this live shops are more about quantity of orders. You want to get a lot of orders in a very short space of time.
Yeah.
So you can discount these things. And that's the exact way to do it. Don't say X amount percent off, give them monetary numbers.
Yeah.
So add up the actual retail value of all the products you've got in this box. Let's say it's £30, £35. You're selling it for £20 to £25, whatever that number is. Tell them that.
Yeah.
And say, we've only got 200 available or 50, 30 available, whatever your number is. We've got this exclusive product. This is what you're getting. And really, really hype that up. It's a beautiful fragrance. Show them a photo of it. This is the scent notes, only available. We've only got 30 available. It's part of this bundle in this live shop. You have to get it. And people will.
Yep, they'll be waiting. If you've got your engaged audience already, you will find your top customers will be waiting for the exact time they go live so they can get their hand on them.
Exactly. And the thing is, you will get the odd comment from people saying, "Oh, can I just buy that individually?" Don't fall for that. Don't let them. Just say these are all products that are all part of this one particular bundle. Okay, if you want it, get it. Now, we had a Facebook group of over 9,000 people, so you can imagine in there, not everyone would take part in these live shops. Of course they would, but there's the opportunity there for lots of complaints when they see this, because oh, why can't you just sell it individually? But actually, there wasn't at all, was there?
No, we were kind of ready for that, weren't we?
Yeah.
You'd get the odd comment, like you say, oh, I want to buy it individually, but overall, the whole consensus was, okay, that makes sense. Right, I want to get it, so I want to buy one.
That's it. And that's important, because you don't want to be selling individual wax melts during a live shop, because the monetary value is just too low. You want to get that average order value up, because when you do that, that means you get much more margin in your overall product. So when you are bundling these up, £20 instead of £35, you know that you've still got probably £15 worth of, at least £15 worth of profit in that particular order.
Yeah.
So it's important to do that. So that's what you should sell, a bundle offer which includes an exclusive product. And then as you go on, you can have other things as well, like we used to do, like lucky dips. So we did used to sell £1 lucky dips.
We do that on like discontinued products.
Yeah. So we'd have a big, in front of the camera, we'd have a massive box full of loads and loads of little products, wax melts and stuff, £1 lucky dip. But people would buy them in 5s, 10s, 15, 20s,
Yeah.
30s.
You can set that so you can have them. They can only buy
Yeah.
them in bundles.
Exactly. So we tested all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But our favourite was the bundled products for £20 to £25 with an exclusive.
Yeah.
Because they're easier to do and they're exclusive and people will fight for them.
It's also a really good way to get your customers to try fragrances that doesn't necessarily sell that well.
Yeah.
So you can have a fragrance that doesn't sell very well on a standard day, but is actually a really lovely scent for this time of the year.
Yeah.
So if you put that in loads of the bundles and you get that in front of the customers, they realise, oh, I do really like this scent.
That's it. So the key is what we did was we would make up all of these bundles before, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Before the live shop.
We would use the time to record ourselves doing that and use that as like building up the hype. So if something's coming,
Yeah.
and see what we're doing, and
Yeah.
they can see the work that goes into it.
So as you're making up these boxes before the live shop, the day before, 3 days before, whatever it is, record yourself doing it. Record time lapses, talk it through, show people the product, show what's in some of the boxes, and use that as promo footage to advertise the live shop. It works really well.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you're making up these boxes, just one of a normal postal box that you send orders out on, put in the mystery items and the exclusive in all of them. So then when you're picking out an order on the live video, and we're going to talk about how to host it shortly as well, so this will make sense. You're then saying, "Hi Amanda, thanks so much for your bundle offer, your bundle order. These are the products you've got. Firstly, you've got your exclusive product, you lift it out, you show it to the camera, and then you lift out all of the other surprise items." People love that. They love seeing on camera what they've got in their box.
And it builds a lot of engagement in the comments because people are like, oh, that's my favourite. Oh, I love that. Oh, I had that on the other day.
Yeah.
And they start talking about the products as well, which also helps to sell your products.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So that's what you need to sell within the live shop. Keep it nice and straightforward. No need to overcomplicate it. Make it dead easy for the person as well. One click, order, done.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back and watch it. And then, of course, you want to build hype. So a week before, we would start sending out emails and social media posts all over social media and in your Facebook group about this live shop. Give them the date, give them the time, and also give them details of what's going to be on offer. And of course, on your email and on social media, you want to encourage them to join the Facebook group because that's where you're going to be hosting this live shop. And then on the days leading up to it, you want to use that footage that you've recorded whilst you're preparing for the live shop to, again, keep promoting it, keep doing that, and putting out videos and pictures everywhere.
So typically I would start with showing the pouring of the products and be like, this someone's coming, this is the date, this is the time. I won't give you the details of the exact product that's actually available, but you'll be able to save lots of money and all these sorts of things. Join the Facebook group. And then the next one, it would be of the actual finished product being put into the boxes, and then more details of what you'll actually get. And so sort of almost like drip feed it over the first couple of days. And then the day before, it would be full details, a picture of me and whoever else is on the live shop in the right area, holding the products up and all the boxes around us, and gives all the full details, everything that's available, the times, where it is. And then in that morning as well, we share, don't forget, make sure you're here. This is the last post about it, all the details, join here. So they've seen the products being made, so they've been teased about it. They've seen you putting the boxes together. They've seen some almost professional shots, but it's not really professional, it's just your iPhone in front of the light, so you can see the actual setup, where it's going to be held, the actual products available, and they get all of the details as much as possible so they know where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the key though. We found that going live at 7 p.m. was the best time. People have had their tea by then, they're settling down, they're ready to go. Between 7 and 9, best times. But here's the key. You want to launch your product for sale half an hour to an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that, before you go live. And you let everyone know in advance that you're going to do that. And then at that time in your Facebook group, you just post saying product is now available for pre-order before the live shop. People will rush to do that. The reason you want to do that is because you want to get some sales in and you want to see how busy it's going to be. But also, when you do go live, you're not having to wait for people to place orders.
Because that's awkward.
You don't know what to say. People aren't watching the live video because they're busy clicking on that link to go off and place the order. So your viewer numbers will be down. You can get disheartened with that. The people that are watching straight away will be people that have placed an order and are waiting for you to pick their order out of the hat. And it means that you can do your introductions and you can get straight into it. So it keeps you busy, so you haven't got to think about what to say in that moment. That's a key thing, what we found, wasn't it? And it worked incredibly well.
It certainly was, because we didn't do that the first couple of times. We didn't do the pre-orders to start with. That's something we learned after the first few live shops.
Yeah.
And that's something that we would always say, make sure you do it as a pre-order, because it keeps you busy. But also, if somebody goes onto this live shop that you've just spent a week or so hyping up, and you look a bit like, okay, I haven't got anything to do yet. I'm just waiting for some orders to come in. People are going to be like, oh, they're not that popular then, so I'm not bothered.
Exactly. That's right. You want to be busy all the time in that live shop, properly rushing around packing these orders. That's what you want to do. And in an ideal world, you want to sell out within 10 minutes of going live.
That's an amazing feeling.
Because you know you've made your money for the evening, but also you're going to get lots of other people come on. And this is, you're toying whether to chuck some more on for sale or not, but it's important not to.
Yeah.
You get other people come on and say, oh, I've missed out. I haven't got all this. And then over the camera, you can say, look, so sorry, we've sold out. You have to be quick, because then the next time
they'll be quick.
They will be quick. You can add more. You'll know how much you can add for sale then. And then by the end of it, we found our sweet spot was 200, wasn't it?
Yeah.
200.
Because you still want to sell out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You still want a small handful of people to miss out, because then them people will go quicker next time. So if you find your right sort of spot, because you don't want any leftover stock either, and you just want the right amount of numbers made to sell, but just sell out and have that fear of missing out.
Yeah, exactly that. That's exactly that. So that's important as well. You certainly want to sell out quick on that first one. It will disappoint people, but that's okay. That's okay. You can manage that. They'll get over it. They just have to be quicker the next time. And but the next time you'll add a few more in stock.
Yeah.
So then these people that
missed out
last time will have an opportunity, and then you can just keep increasing your stock levels.
We also found over time, after quite a long time of doing these live shops, that we introduced a new product. We introduced bumper mystery boxes. Now these were big boxes, and they were £75.
Oh yeah, this was like a bit of a test, wasn't it?
Favourite products, because there was a box full of all of your different types of products, and they were worth £100 plus, and the customers would pay £75 for them. So we thought, okay, we're just going to make 5, because if we don't sell, we can just dismantle them and put the products back.
It was just a test, really, to see if people would go for something like that.
We thought, if they don't sell, they don't sell. We won't do it again. They sold within about 2 minutes of the pre-orders going live.
Yeah.
Because we'd done special posts about them. We'd done videos of them being put together so they could see the amount of money's worth going into them. And then our real fans or proper loyal customers knew there was only 5 available. We're like, right, I'm getting one of them straight away.
Yeah. And that was a test. And we were like, wow, this is crazy. So then
in the end, we ended up doing 30 every single live shop.
So I don't think they were always £75. They might have been £50 we were at.
Yeah, we did 50s and 75s. So.
And that's again, and they all sell because people want them, because it's exclusive. It's a special offer. They love you. Think about it. They love your products. They absolutely love your products. So if they can get a huge bundle for a big discount, they'll do that. And that £75 product would probably make £50, £55 profit on that, and that's even at the discounted rate. So it just makes so much sense to do
What
these
I liked
things.
about the way we did that as well is we didn't open those boxes and explain what was in them. A, because it would take a long time because there's a lots of products in them, but also that keeps building that excitement. They don't know what they're
Yeah,
gonna get until it arrives, and then they share photos of it. Oh my God, look at this box.
yeah,
Oh my God, look, I got this. I've never tried this, and they're sharing photos of it,
yeah.
and then that continues to build the excitement for the next one, where we might have done 10.
So these people that would spend that amount to buy that during your live shop, they are typically, we found, the people that are most vocal in the Facebook group, that are the most popular in the Facebook group, and will post more often.
Yeah,
So yeah, you're absolutely right. If you don't show them on camera what they've got, they will post about it. Because they're a popular person in that group,
they'll get engaged.
they'll get more engagement and all that kind of stuff. It just, once you've done, I don't know how many we did. We probably did two, well, including TikTok's probably three or 400 live
Oh,
shops,
easy.
300 or 400 live shops, I reckon. And over that time, you really get to test different ways of doing things and find the sweet spot.
Yeah, and it takes a while to work out exactly what to offer and what your customers want and the right amount of products to make. But once you've found it, just keep going with it.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That's how to get the most from it. Basically, have your exclusive product inside a bundle for 20 to £25. Make sure you sell out and build that hype all over social media and via email.
What about free shipping? That's something that you could also introduce during the live shop. So it could be something that you don't typically do now anyway. That could be something that you offer as an incentive for your customers as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You could
We've
do
done
that.
that before, haven't
You
we?
you can put free shipping on there as well. Yeah, that helps to sell more. We did that. Really good. Okay, so number four is the final thing is actually how to host this thing. And this is the thing that people get most worried about. They're not sure what equipment they need. They're not sure how to interact with people. Are people going to want to talk to them? Do they have the confidence to do it themselves? We went through this as well. We're not natural at this. We certainly weren't. So what we're going to do now is just run through some of the tips that we found were the best. So first of all, let's talk about equipment. What do you need?
You don't need anything fancy at all. Use your mobile phone and a ring light. So very simple like that. So a tripod with a light on it, so you can get lots of nice light, and you can use your phone to go directly live on there.
Yeah, so it's a tripod phone holder
Yeah,
that you clip your phone in, but it's one of these ones that have a ring light wrapped around it.
yeah,
You see these online all the time on Amazon. A ring light phone holder, I think they're called something like that. A nice, quite a big one, bright one, because you want that light in front.
yeah,
And yeah, your phone. You need two phones. One phone for recording it, and one phone or tablet or laptop that you can have in front of you, so you can monitor the comments of people because you want to. That's the point. You want to talk to.
yeah. One tip we did learn with for a big mistake was to make sure that when you are recording, you've got your phone plugged in as well, so you don't run out of battery.
Yeah, yeah,
We learned that the hard way.
yeah, yeah. You do. Yeah, that's it. You don't want to do that. Um, that's all the equipment you need. Don't worry about microphones, nothing like that. Just make sure you're not in a overly echoey part of the unit or room. We did it. We hosted it in the corner of our unit. We turned it into our little live shop area. It had a low ceiling. It had two walls right in the corner, and also we had racking there as well. So it was quite muffled sound, and it worked quite well. So think about the acoustics. You don't want it to be too echoey. And lighting, like I say, is important to have that ring light on there because people want to see you. It needs to be relatively clear.
Yeah.
So you just do a test beforehand. Just set it up how you want it. Just record yourself. Just record a video of you talking to the camera, and then listen to it back.
Yeah, you can see
Basically,
what it looks like. You can hear how it sounds.
here's another tip: make sure you have two devices. Don't have your phone facing you on the front camera. Don't host it on that because that camera is poor quality. That's why we say have two devices. So when you're recording this live video, you don't see the screen. You're only looking at the camera, the back of your phone, but you have another device in front of you because then it's a much better quality. And if it's much better quality, people are more likely to stay around because it's more engaging.
I can see everything clearly, and the whole area just looks a lot nicer, doesn't it, when you're using a good camera?
Yeah. So if you followed the previous steps, then when you actually go live, you are you have orders
Yeah,
and you've printed these orders out beforehand and you are ready to go. We found that having, if you can, have two people on the live. This isn't critical, but so don't worry about it if you can't. But we found it better to have two people on the live because then you feed off each other, you chat
Yeah.
to each other. If the comment section's quieting down a bit, you can talk to each other just about random stuff or about products or whatever.
Yeah, you can talk through things that are upcoming, and when you're opening up a mystery box and talking about them, one person will say, "Hang on, that's my favourite,"
Yeah,
or and then you spark up conversations with each other, and
exactly.
sort of you have a laugh and a joke.
And that will be entertaining for the people to watch because you
Yeah,
think they want to be entertained as well, or they want to be engaged, because most people watching won't engage with the video.
no,
That's what we found. There will be a handful of people that will not shut up, which is brilliant. The rest of them won't actually engage. Um, so just do your introductions. Say just be smiley, confident. You've got to remember the people you're talking to on this live video. They're not strangers. They're not people that have just randomly come across you. These are people who have actively purchased from you and are in your Facebook group that are loyal customers of yours. They are going to feel extremely privileged to be talking to you,
yeah,
the owner of the business. Okay. So try not to be too nervous. I know it's easier said than done, but just think about that. Be confident. You are the one. These people are here for you.
mhm.
You're not talking to an audience of strangers. These are people that are loyal customers that want to engage with you.
They're people that care about your brand, love the products, and are interested in what you have to say.
Yeah, that's it. And do your introductions. Say hi. Explain what it is you're selling. If you've got any left in stock, tell them to click the link, buy this product. The first thing you want to do is show them the exclusive product that they're getting,
Yeah, get it
sniff
close to the
it.
camera, talk about
Yeah,
it, explain the scent description in as much detail as you can. And if you've also got fragrances that have got similar notes, you can say, if you love this scent, you're going to enjoy this one because of whatever it is. And so that they can get a bit of a connection to it as well, and they can understand what it smells like and gives them that push if they need it to
yeah,
place that order as well.
that's it. If it's a charity evening, you're raising money, talk about that. If you've just got these products, talk about that. If you're, if let's say you launched with, I don't know, 30 and you've sold 22 of them, tell people you've only
Yeah.
got 8 left, buy them now. Um, and they will go and do that. Uh, but then you just get straight into order picking, don't you? You
Yeah.
basically say, "All right, guys, we're now going to crack on. We're now going to pick your orders."
So you've got your pile of orders sitting in front of you that you've already printed off, your first one. So, oh, Paul, thank you very much for your order. You've ordered this, this, this. Pick up boxes and start talking about what the fragrances are in them, and then you can parcel that one up later. But you can explain what the fragrances are and introduce different scents to people that way, can't you?
Yeah. So if you follow what we've said during this podcast, then it's going to be a mystery bundle, isn't it? So you get that box in front of the camera and you pull the products out one by one and you say, "Well done, Paul, you've got this. You've got this black cherry room spray. You've also got this spring awakening wax smell. You've got this, you've got that. This is my favorite. Oh, I love this. I hope you're really happy with that box. Let me, if you're watching, let me know in the comments if you're happy with this." And then depending on what you're doing. I mean, we obviously over time we would that box once we've called out the order and we've completed it, we'd then pass that over to someone behind camera who would parcel it up. Um,
We've also packed them directly on the live as
yeah,
well.
or you could depend on how many orders you've got. So yeah, how many boxes you're selling. If you're starting with 30, then you can afford to package it all up, tape it all up there and there, which the customers like to see because they know that's a complete order. They know what they're getting. But if you've built this up over time and you've got 100, 200 orders, then you can't really do that in a 2 hour time. So you do it at a later date. And that's what you do. You say, "Thanks so much, on to the next one." Again, you want to manage your time here. So let's say you've only got 30, which is wonderful. You don't want to rattle through those in the first 15, 20 minutes because then you haven't got anything else then it's done really.
Yeah.
You want to try and prolong it a little bit. You want these people to stay tuned in. So just sort of make sure, just be conscious of that and sort of prolong it out a little bit.
You'll be able to break it up and take time to stop and look and see what the comments are and like really has proper engagement that way. So people will ask questions about your products that you're selling. They'll ask questions about things that are upcoming as well. So we always like to do segments where we would give details on things that were upcoming. So we might talk about the next VIP subscription box that was going out. We wouldn't tell them what fragrances were in them, but we'd tell them like the colours of the boxes and give some little hints and almost upsell other products as well.
Yeah, exactly. You think about it, you might have 100, however many of your most loyal customers watching you live with their undivided attention. If you've got something upcoming, a date, a special day where you're launching your spring collection or something, mention it then.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. And that's what you do. And then as you're packing the orders, like you say, every now and then you just look at the comments and say, "Oh, hi Amanda, thanks so much for your comment. I hope you're having a lovely evening." And then you found actually you end up just talking a load of nonsense. You talk about what you're having for dinner.
We had a whole
You
section on that in every single live shop was,
Yeah,
so girls, what are you having for dinner?
yeah, exactly. All of that kind of stuff. And that's what you do. You just talk, you're being very personal. Don't be a salesperson. Don't be, don't try and be a TV host. Don't worry about any
No.
of that. You're just engaging with your audience as friends because you've got to remember that they are there for you. You know, they're
Yeah.
giving up their evening and they really want to spend that time with you. So just talk to them like friends.
Like you said earlier, they're not complete strangers. You may not have actually met them in person before, but they are your top customers typically. They're the people that have the money to spend with you and they want to spend it with you.
Yeah. There you go. And when you get towards the end of the evening, obviously you're incredibly grateful. You say thank you, etc. You'll find that most of your loyal audience will stay right to the end as
Yeah.
well, and let them know, remind them again of what you've got upcoming for sale, and then let them know when the next live shop is if you haven't already thought about it. And there you go. Then you just end, and you literally you stop recording, you publish it into your group, and there it is.
And then you take a
Easy.
big relaxing sigh and think, we've done it.
Yeah. And then you review your sales you've done. You then go to bed that evening full of adrenaline
Yep.
and joy that you've hosted your first ever live shop. You've had some wonderful conversations with people and you've made a couple of £1,000s at the same time.
Yeah.
And that will happen
And it's an amazing feeling.
if you've got that Facebook group with an engaged audience, and there hasn't got to be many people. Honestly, it's an amazing feeling. Then at that point, you can't wait to do the next one
Yeah.
because you know it's going to be good for sales and it's going to be good for that customer engagement. But don't rush a live shop. What I mean by that is don't rush the prep of it. Don't just think, oh, we've got a live shop. What should I do? Oh, let's just chuck some of these products up. Customers won't they won't fall for that.
No.
Have an exclusive product every time. Just go to your supplier's website, buy 500 grams of oil or whatever, something new, fancy, exclusive that you've tested, of course, that you know is really nice, and make it lovely. Make it an exclusive label so it's something they can collect, and they do collect them. Put effort into it, and you will be rewarded. It's Live shop is probably one of the best things we ever did.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that I wish we actually did sooner
Yeah,
if we thought about it or knew about it. But in the end, it was one of our most powerful nights.
yeah,
And for literally 2 hours worth of work on that night, it was incredible. We'd have the engagement, but it wouldn't only be the engagement at the time, that would lead on to further engagement as well.
yeah,
So that night I'd get home after locking up the warehouse, would get home, I'd do a thank you post personally from me with like a photo of all the aftermath and stuff like that, sharing a different photo, just thank all of the customers for giving up their evening and you've been incredible, thank you so much sort of post. And then I'd wake up in the morning and overnight there'd be loads of engagement on that post,
mm,
and then people would talk about it the next day as well. So, oh, I can't wait for the next one.
yeah.
When's the next one? And it will just keep going and going.
And then a few days later, they all receive their live shop parcels,
And they're
and
posting them.
they're saying, "Oh, I've got my live shop exclusive. This is wonderful. Please bring it back." Blah 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 blah. And then, six if you do one of these every 3 weeks or something, 6 months down the line, you could host a live shop, and you've made one of each of the previous live shop
Exclusives.
exclusives, and you've got that as a bundle.
Yeah.
So you might have a bundle of 7 or 8 fragrances, which are all live shop exclusives for people to buy again, and
Yeah.
they will buy them again.
Because they've tried them and they've loved them.
So that's what you do. You have to really think about it, and how you can tie these all together. And honestly, it will be one of the best things you do. I promise you that.
It certainly
As long
will.
as you've got that, as long as you've got an engaged Facebook group,
Yeah.
that's it all works so well.
Another way to be able to get more people into your group and build up more excitement for the live shop is, if you know what date you're doing them, print out some leaflets with a QR code to the Facebook group on it, because not all of your customers that place regular orders are going to be in your Facebook group, or might not necessarily know much about it. So if you put them leaflets in all of your orders coming up to your live shop, you might actually get another spate of people joining your Facebook group.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it.
You know, they're people that are already placing orders.
Yep, precisely. There we go. So that is how you host a live shop, and that's why you should do it. It's where you should do it, and it's how to get the most of it. That, I think, if you could follow that, bear in mind this is, like I said, us doing hundreds of live shops over 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of experience, a lot of tweaking. We failed quite a few times,
Yeah.
but we learned from those and we made improvements. And this is what we found worked incredibly well. Honestly, you'll do so well. It's just having that confidence and just that sod it, I'm going to do it mentality, and do that first one. And I guarantee you that first one will be so much better than what you thought.
Yeah, you'll build it up in your head and you'll think how bad it's going to be. No one's going to talk to me. No one's going to say anything. I'm going to look silly. But actually you won't,
No,
because you've already built up your audience.
exactly that. So there we have it. Thank you everybody for listening and watching. If you're on YouTube, please come over to the Home Fragrance Academy. Come and join us. Become a member. We've got loads of courses, resources. We do one-to-one coaching, all of that kind of stuff, all for one lovely small monthly fee. Come and join our Facebook group as well, the Home Fragrance Academy community. We'd love to see you there.
We certainly will. Thank you everybody for listening and watching. Don't forget to leave us a review. Let us know what you thought of this episode and subscribe as well.
We'll speak to you another time.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.